Okay, today let's look at a simple success formula, because it's my belief that for you to achieve anything, there has to be a formula. You have to have a plan. You have to have a plan. You have to simple success formula. Simple success formula. I want us to use the second law, Newton's second law of motion, to derive our formula. The Newton's second law of motion is a you are a scientist now. You still remember it? What is it? Force is equal to mass times acceleration. Force is equal to mass times acceleration. Newton's second law of motion. So I want to change this force, this F, this is force. F is equal to what? Force. Where MO is what? Sorry, MO is mass. And A acceleration. I don't know whether I got the spelling. So it is a Newton law of motion, but the scientists say we are not in Newtonian stage of development now. Well, but if it's a law, it's a law that is relating to mass, an object. But when we look at it, we want to use it as a framework to derive our success formula. We can look at success. Success is equal to MO times C, where M here is not mass. M is your mindset. And then C is equal to consciousness. So success is equal to MC, where M, we are using that Newtonian second law. Yes. So the success is equal to MC, where M is a mindset and C is consciousness. And C is consciousness. Remember that we have said that consciousness is fundamental. So which means C is constant. C is constant. C is a constant. C is always there. Okay. Is a constant. It's always there. C is always there. The consciousness is always there. So the thing that changes consciousness is mindset. So success, we may have to define success too. Success relates with you. When you have a goal, and then you work towards it, you achieve that goal. It means that you are successful. Success relates to you having a plan. You have a goal, you have a plan, you arrive at your goal. That is success. But when you have this equation, you use this formula, you will now know that success is at level by level, because when the dependent variable or independent variable is the mindset, while success is dependent on mindset. Do you understand it?
Since consciousness is
Well, consciousness is always there because everything in this world has consciousness. Everything has consciousness. That's what I want us to understand. Everything has consciousness. So everything you're going to use to achieve your success has consciousness. So what will change the consciousness of that thing and make it bring it up your level is your mindset. That's why we're going to do a lot of work, mindset, and that's why we have powers. I remember that we said both success or mindset to consciousness, all these things are constructions of man. Success is, defined or constructed or conceptualized by man to define something, to define that process of setting goal and achieving it. While man's mindset is describing a state where you have some attributes that helps you to understand the universe or help you to have an idea of what the universe or give an idea of what the universe is. Mindset. And then consciousness is we're describing, the consciousness is the description man has given to a phenomenon where there is an awareness, there is something happening, but you cannot really give description of it because man cannot really describe fully and hold it very well the meaning of consciousness. So all these things that is the first thing you need to know as somebody who wants to build up a billionaire mindset, somebody who wants to build a success mindset. You need to know these things. Know that every concept that you're using is defined by man, is conceptualized by man, like you. That concept or word or anything is developed by man, a man like you. So there is still opportunity for you to maybe expand the meaning of that thing or to contract it. So that's it. So success, if we have this as our formula, we have mindset as a formula, and then have as part of the formula, and we have mindset as an independent variable, and then consciousness as constant, meaning that whatever you are relating with has consciousness, and it is how you relate with it that will determine what it will give you.
what your mindset is.
Yes. So now, what makes mindset variable? You understand? What are the things that make mindset variable? That's a question we'll ask ourselves. Those are the ways to arrive at simple success formula. When you know this is the formula, success is equal to MC, where M is mindset and C is consciousness, which is a constant. And we don't know all the powers of come. We just assume gave it some values. So now mindset, remember that man too, man have said that mind has 6 faculties. Abi? We still remember them? Okay, memory. Memory. What again? Intuition. We still have one remaining. Logic is reason. Well, so now mind has these faculties, and it is the levels of development, because the levels of development of these faculties are different in all of us. That's what determines what we call mindset. What makes these things to develop more than us, differently? When your perception relates with the universal laws, or natural laws, for instance, natural laws. Any of these faculties, how they relate with natural laws in you, is what determines their level of development in you. And that's what determines your mindset. You know, they give, when you check, this is mind, the faculties of the mind. These are faculties of the mind. Faculties. As it relates with the natural laws. We have, because all these things are in you. The way they relate is different. You understand it? The way they relate in everybody is different, and that's what determines our mindset. So mindset is a measure of these faculties. Mindset is a measure of these faculties in us. Mindset is equal to, or can say, a measure of each of the faculties of the mind in a person. Mindset is equal to a measure of each of the faculties, joined together in a person. Do you understand? And this, it is determined by that is what it is. Then it is determined by the level of interaction. The level of is determined by the level of interaction of each faculty of the mind with the natural laws. I want us to get it. When you understand what mindset is and how it's formed, that is the way you are going to use the simple. Because the only thing you need to change reality. The only thing you need to change reality, which is your success, to change this your success, your level of existence, your level of success, is mindset. So you need to know how is mindset formed. What is mindset? Mindset is the what did you say is mindset? Check your note and check what we said is mindset. Or you didn't put in your note. Is it what? Okay.
It's measured by it's measured by the consciousness of all. But what my own definition of mindset will be: mindset is measured by the knowledge, information somebody has.
Okay, that's your own definition. But what we're saying is that mindset is a measure of the level of consciousness of each of the faculties of the mind. Okay. In its interaction, in relationship with the natural laws. Do you understand? So remember the faculties of the mind. We have a prison. Okay, you can go and call the person, but this type of people come late. You're not supposed to allow them to be part of the, because when you come late, you're out of the distance. So we understand what mindset is now. So that when we want to change, we've agreed that this is what mindset is. Mindset is determined by the level of interaction of each faculty of the mind, of our mind, with natural laws. So that if you want to change your mindset, what do you do? What do you do to change your mindset? Because this is a place that will come with be a little bit more practical. Want to go practical. Because now mindset determined by the level of interaction of the faculties of the mind, right? The level of interactions of your
individual with the faculties of
the mind. No, not individual, because the mind is the mind is in you. The interaction of the mind, or that faculties of that person's mind with the natural laws. What does he know about natural laws? How does it, you understand? Like the faculty of perception, for instance. What does he know about natural laws? The faculty of reason, the faculty of imagination. So now, if you want to change your mind, because that's the only thing you can change in this formula. And when you change this mindset, everything changes. So what do you do practically? Can you give us? Because we have to be practical about this. You want to change your mindset. What do you do practically?
That is changing your thoughts.
How do you change your thoughts?
Like you want to achieve a particular thing, and you think about how to change from how you are thinking before.
So how do you change how you are thinking? That's what I was saying now.
I believe to change one's mindset is to have an open mind to receive knowledge, information.
So how are you going to have the open mind? Because these are some of when you ask these questions, the fundamentals. Yes. So we're looking at practical things. What do we do to change? Because the only thing we can change to change our life, to change our reality, is to change our mindset. That's the only thing. That's the only thing we have, is to change our mindset. And we have said that mindset is the level of interaction of the faculties of our mind with the natural laws. The level of interaction, and then we have itemized what the faculties are. Okay, we can still talk about what the natural laws. We have about 7 natural laws. So we can say natural laws so that we can see it. Natural laws. There are 7. The first one is what? It's the same thing. They're almost like all the same thing. No? Okay, mentalism. The second one is correspondence. Third one is vibration. Do we remember? Fourth one is what?
That is assumption there.
No, assumption is another creation. Polarity. Another one is rhythm. The other one is what? Cause and effect. No, this is my writing. Cause and effect, and what? Gender. The other one is gender. So gender. The 7th one is what? Gender. The law of gender. So these are the natural laws, right? So can we think about how we can change our mindset? Just think about how we can change our mindset. Because mindset is the only thing you can change. And then your life will change.
Changing mindset is all about deviating from your former thoughts.
So how do you deviate? That's what we're asking.
That is, there was a usual thought you often had.
And then how do you do it?
You just try to keep your mind out of it.
How do you try to keep your mind out of it? That's what we're asking.
Honest, the thing is that once you see what you are not having and which you desire to have, for example, somebody having success in a particular venture and you are not having it, you have an open mind. And
okay, that we can say that maybe one of the first thing you do is to receive
information, knowledge.
Okay, receive information.
Yes.
Receive information. Eh?
Yes.
So that's the first step, right?
Yeah. If you receive it.
The first step of changing your mindset. Remember what we are talking about is success. We have said this is our formula for success. And our formula for success, we derived it from the second law, Newton law. You know, we just used the law of motion. Success is equal to MC, where M is what? Mindset. And then C is consciousness. And we assume that consciousness is primary, is constant, is in everything. That's our belief, that consciousness is in everything. You know, we can give it any other name. We can say God, consciousness is a God that is in everything, or that is the essence of everything. We can say consciousness is that thing that is the essence of everything. So the first step is receiving information. And, you know, you try to understand that information, and then you act on the information. But what I was asking is, I receive information. How do we receive information? Do you understand? The first step you have to do is to receive information. But for us now, who are adult learners, how do we receive information? And so that it will affect your life. What are the steps we can use to receive information? You listen, Abi? Listen to who?
Information's around you.
Listen to
Listen to people.
Yes. Now let's talk about, we don't have too much, we don't have all the time. But first, you receive information. You have decided that you want to change from where you are to another place. You must have seen some people who are insisting that level. You listen to them. You try to listen to people that who have achieved that thing you want to achieve. Do you understand? You listen to your, what do you call it in English? People you want to learn from.
Your mentor.
Or mentors, right? You listen to people that you want to learn from. You have to listen to them. How do we listen to them now? Because I want us to go deep so that we understand these things. There's no theory. This theory things will not work. How do you listen to people who you think have achieved what you want to achieve, and then you want to listen to them?
By going to them.
Yes.
By going to them.
How do you go to them? I think you want to be like Dangote. So how are you going to go to that?
Well, you can approach them.
How are you going to approach Dangote? How much are you going to spend to get attention?
Or when they are teaching in seminars, or you try.
You know, because I want us to think about things that are possible, things that are feasible, so that we can start from where we are. We are here in Ami village. We are aspiring to be billionaires like Dangote, like Elon Musk. How do we start? How do we listen to them? How do we relate with them?
Paying attention to what they say.
Paying attention to
what they say.
So where do you say listen to them now? That's paying attention.
There are things they might post in social media.
Yes, you have come now. You know, you now look at what areas you're going to relate with them virtually. You relate with them with their books, right? You can relate them with their books. You can relate to them virtually. What you have now, that one is simple. You can use your phone. Instead of using your phone to do some other things, you use it to relate with those people that you love, that you think that have achieved what you want to achieve. That's what I want us to see it practically. Let it come out from us so that we can see how we can lift up our life. So the way to listen to them is to visually, from here we are, you begin to check Google and see, is there anything these people have said about is there anything written about them? You know, do they have any, do they have any video? Do they have any video I can watch? Do they have anything that have talked about this particular area of development? That is the way to receive this information. You understand? And the information will help you to get to the second level. You know, what we have said now is how we listen to them. You watch them. You read them. You know, and you continue every time.
So you're following them.
You follow them. That's one of the ways of. Then you understand. You try to understand
what they're saying.
What they're saying. And remember, is as you do these things, it will lift up your mindset, and your mindset would, you know, even cause you to begin to act. When you get to that level, or if you have listened to them, you have followed them very well, it will help you to begin to act. But all these things will not work. You go to another level. You listen, not only listen, you listen to understand. The other is that you understand. You try to understand them, understand how they have, their history and how they've been able to create what they have created. So when you understand, it will, impact you. And the level, the time, the amount of time and the attention you pay to them will determine how long whatever you're thinking, you're learning from them would impact on you. Do you understand it? So that's one of the ways. So another thing is that how to change reality. Have you asked yourself, what would have happened to Ami if you are not here? Do you understand? Look around. Like in your compound, for instance, Zobi. What will happen if all of you, your senior brother is abroad, this is abroad? What will happen? Maybe the house will begin to collapse. Why? Because you are the person who will, because that house is like sea. It is like, it's you being there that will give it life. So you are the person that will change so that your success, that thing you call success, will manifest. So we need to see it very well. It has to be clear to our mind. If it's not clear, we'll not be able to achieve much, because we need to see and remove the illusion, the dream, or the misunderstanding of what we call money. Most times we don't see money in its true meaning. Money is a concept that is created. Remember that I say, as a billionaire, the billionaire mindset is that to know that every concept you are using is created by somebody. So you can improve on that concept, or you can remove it from your world, or you can create your own. Do you understand? So money is a concept that is created to measure value. And now it has gotten to that level of, they use it as transactional tool. It's like a hammer you can use to drive a nail. And so it's a tool where people are using it to exchange value. Do you understand? Before, we used to do trade by barter, but now people can use money. You want this thing, you use money to buy it, and say you want this one, you cannot use that money to buy this. Do you understand? Instead of exchanging goods for goods. So we need to understand. When we understand that, it helps us a lot, brings clarity to our mind, so that you know that what will make you a success is not the amount of money you have, it's the amount of value you are creating. If the money you have does not reflect the value you create, it means that you have a negative influence in this community. I don't know whether you understand what I mean. You have money you cannot account for. You have money you have not given services to earn. Then you are a negative personality in that community. That's the way to describe people who are armed robbers. People who are, con men. People who are, they loot government money. They have money they cannot explain, because now they don't understand the meaning of money, where money reflects value. So we need to learn how to be your own, create your own personality, be your own prophet. Do you understand? That's another way to change the mindset. You have found out, this is who I am, this is who I want to be. You begin to prophesy that to yourself. You have to be your own prophet. Remember that the concept of prophet is created by man too. So that you don't. And then when you allow other people to be your prophet, they determine how far you go. So you receive information. We have said how you can receive information. You can receive information and can be their friend, but virtual what?
Friends.
Virtual friends, Abi. You try to understand what they they do, and understand that people who are successes by the value they bring to the community. So there's nothing much again that we have to. If you understand this formula, in everything that you do, you'll be able to change your life. Assuming, for instance, you want to be healthy. Do you understand? It's a goal that you have. You want to improve. Your goal is to improve all your health indices. Indices. So with this formula, what do you do? What do you do? Where would this one be?
It will be success now.
Okay, this one now will be, this area will be success. So you now see that you don't need much. You don't need any other thing to do but to work on yourself. Mindset. Now, because it's your health, how are you going to approach the issue of how are you going to change you are going to identify what are the things that determine my mindset, my health. Then you change those things as they are in your belief system. Because it is your thoughts, your beliefs, your attitudes that determine maybe your mindset. Yeah. Your thought that determine your mindset. Remember that we went deeper to talk about the faculties of the mind. So now what do? You now know maybe the 4 or 5 fundamentals of health. You need to know it. 5 fundamentals of health is what? You talk about exercise.
Okay.
You talk about what again?
Food.
Nutrition, yes.
Nutrition.
You talk about emotional well-being.
Yes.
You talk about what again?
Your gratitude.
Emotional well-being is part of gratitude now. Is this thing?
That'll be all.
No, it's not all. we talked about sleep.
Okay.
Sleep.
Sunlight.
Well, that's part of it too. Sleep and they come the same place. They will have about 4 now. Then micronutrition, supplements. Those are, so when you get them, you now know that when you get these things, as you're working on trying to find these things, you're already working on your mind. You're working on your mindset. Do you understand? And then you read this and understand them and appreciate them and know that these are the foundations of my health. Your health, your mindset your mind will approve it, will approve of them. And then everything will change. Your mind will change and then you begin to do those things.
Please clean that dash in front of them so that students will not think it's -10.
Okay.
I teach myself anything. To it.
So that's it. So that's I want us to use this formula in everything you want to do. Assuming you want to contest election, you want to win, not even contesting election. But one thing is contesting election, that one is winning an election. You want to win an election. These are success. We have to use this formula to do anything we want to do. You want to win
an office.
Win an election. To serve.
Yes, to serve.
To serve the people.
Not to loot.
This is a success. You bring it here, success. Yeah. Now, what do? Sometimes we don't understand. When we understand how to use this formula, everything will be well with us. So, most times you want to win an election. Instead of working on yourself, and you now begin to run around and see where you're going to serve one person so that the person will put you in one place or the other. So but when you want to win an election, you want to serve, for instance, you won't get and put here, you want to serve your people. You need to know your people. You need to develop the areas. What are the areas I want to serve them? How am I going to relate with them? And you see that all these things are happening in you. It's not happening in anybody. So as you keep doing them, your mindset is changing. And as your mindset is changing, it's relating with consciousness, your ability to achieve that thing is changing, because the frequency of your ability to win that post will be increasing. Do you understand it? So these are, I just don't want us to go too far today. This is simple success formula. I want us to have this formula in mind, even though it looks a little bit complex. But have it in mind, it will help you to understand, even when you remember that this is mindset and this is consciousness, that the only thing you can change in achieving anything you want to achieve is mindset. The only thing you can change in achieving anything you want to achieve is yourself, and not any other thing. Not any other thing, not any other person, not any other. When you change, you see that the frequency of which you are operating will change, and the thing you want would come. So it's not a miracle. It's not a miracle, and success is not luck. Success is not luck. Success is not accident. Success is a result of a plan that you followed, that you determined, and the way to follow is to change your mindset in every situation. Because if this clarity comes to us, it will be easy for us to achieve any success that we want to achieve.
Yes, sir.
You know, this is our success formula for today. This is our success formula. We're saying that the only independent variable in this formula is M, which is mindset. Is the independent variable in mathematics. You are a mathematics teacher.
Independent variable is consciousness.
No, independent variable is this thing. Is mindset. Is the independent variable. It's a variable that you change. Then the dependent variable will change. Do you understand? So, I wanted you to explain, as a mathematics teacher, to explain this thing for us. So that's it. For us to succeed, we need to, everything, 100% of work we need to do is in ourselves. And how do we start? We start by information. We start by understanding the information. And now we went ahead to, tell us to know, how do we get this information? We need to understand, who do we want information from? Who are the person we want to follow? Who is our mentor? Who do we want to emulate? Yes. You need to know that person you want to emulate. You need to be his friend, virtual friend. You need to follow him or her in anything that she's doing. Understand, and that process would establish those things in your heart. These are the processes of trying to manifest what you want to manifest. And when you do it, the level of success will change. The level where you are, you mean you started from zero. By the time you begin to work on yourself, the thing will change. That is why, most times, people think that, it is your because your brother has money, he has to give you the money. If your brother has money, he has a success, this formula is for him, and he gives you that money, and this one does not change, you will still remain the same.
You eat the money and
yes. Somebody, I know, people do it, Somebody called me. Yes, people who win lottery. Somebody called me the other day and said he needed money, that the place he's staying, he doesn't like the accommodation. He needed money to change the accommodation. I was with somebody, I was with one chief that time from Aaron Dissolve. I told him I will talk later. So the thing got me angry, because there's some businesses I wanted us to do. He was not interested. So I now left. Later he called me late that night. I didn't pick. 2 days ago he called me in the morning. We greeted. He said, how did the Bamuza go? I said, it went fine, everything. He now said, what about the thing he asked me? I said, what did you ask me? He said, your house. I said, okay, you told me about it now. So are you looking for the house? He said they wanted me to. I told him that you are abusing relationship. That's why I told him, I said, you abuse relationship. Don't do like that. You are a grown-up person. If you want us to wants money, you make a proposal, a business proposal. Make a business proposal. Later we'll look at how. You don't ever think that, like Dangote now, if you ask him 10,000, he may not have to give you, because all the money he has is already booked up to do something. He said, no. I said, no, listen. I want you to listen, because you may not have opportunity or somebody telling you this. You may be asking people and they will say, no, I don't have. But let me tell you, if you want to relate with people, these are what you do. I started counting to him all the people I know, which I know that if I call them now, maybe I would get. But I don't abuse relationships like that. You don't abuse relationship like that. Tell me, you are living in a place, and now you want to pack from that place. What if you pack now? Who is going to give you money to maintain the place? Do you understand? So I tried to get him to understand this formula.
You understand?
No, he will not. It will take some time for him to understand. He will look at me as one kind bad guy. But I know nobody cares now. Nobody cares. But I can't cook. But when I got him, I tried to get him to understand that's the way this life is. Most times you don't know that if you want to relate with somebody, who is your friend, it's to propose. There was a time I had some financial challenges. I had fish, I had a lot of fish. I had fish pond. And I have a friend that buys my fish. I needed some money. Around that time, about 70,000 or thereabout. And I asked him, so please, Mazi, give me 70,000 so that you must have paid for your fish because he will supply his hotel fish. So that you have paid for your fish for some time. He refused. He refused. And I left. I didn't bother, He felt that he said no. I said, give me this and let's write an agreement so that I'll be supplying you the fish, because he buys fish every week. He refused, but I didn't feel bad about it. I now had to negotiate with another person. The person, cut in, because I said I was going to reduce the price for you. So these are the way to raise money. You don't call because this person is your friend. It's not your brother or something. And then you call him, you have prayed very well. The person.
That person might not have that money.
That money. You don't know the challenge of that person. So, you just think that when you have prayed very well, you have asked your pastor to hit the prayer well. So that's it. So this is the formula. This is the formula I want us to understand. Success is equal to MC, and where M is mindset and C is consciousness. This M is the independent variable, which means it's the only thing that can change, and then you have your success. When you're starting from 0 point, you want to win an election, for instance, you don't have anything. So what do? You begin to change your mindset. So how do you change your mindset? You begin to study. Assuming it's election you want to do, you want to study, understand the people. You look at people who have succeeded and what they did to succeed. And then you can begin to understand the environment where you want to contest. What value are you going to bring? What are the type of leadership you're going to bring? And by the time you start from there, you see you become successful. You begin to upgrade yourself. So that's it. I think we have done it for you. So thank you for today. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.